5 insane TikTok horror stories that can traumatize you. Not every video on TikTok is a dance craze or a joke. It can also serve as a sizable hub for some of the scariest stories online. Over the years, videos with the hashtag horror stories have received more than 2.6 billion views. It has enough material to keep you occupied before sleep and is creepy enough to keep you awake for a while afterwards. On our channel today, we discuss 5 insane TikTok horror stories that can traumatize you. Disturbing kids' drawings and their terrifying backstory. This video is about a mother of 2 children, a 6-year-old boy and an 8-year-old girl. It centers around her son, who kept seeing things at night between 12 p.m. and 5 a.m. The boy would enter his parents' bedroom at night, claiming to have seen someone standing before his bed. According to the boy, it would allegedly emerge from the wardrobe and spend hours watching the youngster in front of his bed. The parents would enter the room the first few times this occurred to ensure everything was alright. But this continued for too long before the parents finally responded, "Just come sleep with us." The mom started to hear a door opening in the hallway in the middle of the night. She noticed her son lying beside her when she turned to look, so she knows it's not him. She stands up and goes to the boy's bedroom down the corridor. She cautiously creaks open the door and discovers her son conversing with a wardrobe when she starts to hear murmuring coming from inside. She saw him in her bed just 5 seconds ago, so she stood there in shock. "Who are you speaking to?" the mother asked as she turns to face the boy. "Mother, he said it was his turn to sleep with you." The boy turns around and smiles. A truly terrifying ghost story. This story takes us to the state of Montana, which is within the United States. This state is known for emphasizing the great outdoors and outdoor pursuits like hunting, fishing, and other winter and summer sports. It has an air of serenity about it, a feeling of peace like nothing truly horrifying can really occur there, which makes this story ever more terrifying. In the middle of nowhere in Montana, 2 sisters were lodging in an old historic hotel. The hotel has existed since the 19th century. During the night, one of the sisters couldn't sleep because she heard someone wandering around upstairs on hardwood floors and pacing around their room at incredibly late hours, making it very difficult for her to fall asleep. This hotel was a favorite for one of the sisters, and they had been there several times. The other sister explained that there used to be a ballroom above where people used to dance, but it was now carpeted and vacant when the other sister inquired how she managed to sleep through it the following day. No hardwood floors existed there. The hotel personnel confirmed what the other sister said when she asked them and told her that no one was up there and that nobody had been there for quite some time. Calling your name. Hearing your name called as you're about to fall asleep or sleeping is not unusual. Your name may be heard from a distant place or in a loud, clear voice. The way people have reacted to this occurrence differs. When they hear their name, some people could become more aware and appear to forget how sleepy they really are. Others investigate the caller's identity because they believe it came from their bedroom. Several people also ponder what this signifies all night long. But if someone calls out your name at night, you might want to wait to answer after watching this video. As a kid, I was told stories about the legend of the night caller. It was believed that if someone called out your name in the middle of the night, a demon would appear out of nowhere and take you away. Laura, a young girl, stayed up late in her room when she heard her mom call out her name. The voice was so faint that she stopped what she was doing to listen closer. And again, she heard her mom's voice calling out to her. She responded, and almost immediately her closed door began to slowly open, and someone was standing at the foot of the door. It was dark, and she couldn't make out the features of this person, but he had the form of her mother. The shadow figure then asked the girl to follow her. Thinking it was her mother, she got up and followed. The next day, a search began, but the little girl was never found. Coincidentally, most of the kids in the neighborhood claimed that they heard a voice call out to them that same night, but they were too scared to answer. Okay, before we move on to the next one, you guys must do something for us. Yep, you see that red subscribe button right there? We would like you to hit it so hard that it turns gray. And it wouldn't hurt if you also press the like button in the process. Now that we're done with that, let's return to the video. Teletubbies. This was everyone's favorite show growing up as a kid. I'm sure most of us remember it well. The BBC produced the British children's television programme Teletubbies, which Annie Wood and Andrew Davenport conceived. The four colourful figures with television screens on their stomachs, the Teletubbies, are the show's main protagonists. The Teletubbies are recognizable throughout popular culture for the distinctly formed antenna that protrudes from each character's head. They spoke gibberish and were created to resemble toddlers. The show takes place in a green floral setting with rabbits running around and birds crying in the distance. The Tubbytronic Superdome, an earthen residence for the four Teletubbies, is implanted in the ground and can be accessed via a hole at the top or a massive semicircular door at the dome's base. The voice trumpets in the group's anthropomorphic blue hover cleaner live alongside the Teletubbies and other odd devices. The show's vibrant psychedelic setting was created expressly to hold young children's attention spans, unlock various parts of their minds, and teach them about life's transitions that might be anticipated. After some digging, a TikToker found the idea of the show. It was based on a mental hospital where 4 children were killed. The hospital would abuse all the children there, especially those 4 kids. So there was this one girl named Lana there. She was put in the asylum because she was always laughing, and people believed her to be totally insane. She was always laughing and dancing in her room for no apparent reason, and apparently they believed she was fully crazy. They broke her legs, abused her, and put her in her room for 5 years straight, until she lost whatever was remaining of her mind and died. When she died, they said that her smile looked like that of a cartoon, and she was pale. Which is why Lala is yellow in the show. Home Alone. Autophobics experience a severe illogical fear of being by themselves. When a person is by themselves, they can feel this terror. Some people struggle with autophobia even when they are with other individuals. In this situation, the main concern is loneliness. A crowd may make them feel isolated. They might also be concerned about being abandoned by others or having to return home alone. One day, 2 police officers were sitting in their car waiting for their next call. They pulled over a couple of vehicles, but nothing unusual has happened so far. A couple of hours later, they got called saying a woman felt like there was someone else in her house with her and that she was hiding. The police thought it was a home invasion and began to rush to the scene. They pulled up to the house and noticed that all their lights were off. The police tried to open the doors, but the doors were locked. They decided it would be quicker if they just busted down a window and entered the scene. So they broke the window and began searching the house. One officer said, "I'll explore the left of the house and you search the right," and they both agreed. The officer on the right found a cracked bathroom door, and as he opened it, he heard scratching and a faint whispering sound in the bedroom. He stopped what he was doing and opened the door to the room. He pulled out his weapon and aimed it at the closet, and said, "Whoever is in there, come out." Now, when he opened the door to the closet, he found nothing. At the same time, the officer on the left found the woman and said the house was clear. That's it for today. Subscribe to our channel Just Scary to never miss out on any more amazing, terrifying stories and hidden articles. Like this video and share it with your family and friends. Check out our previous videos as well.